his life after Islam, after coming to Islam, Brother Jihad.
The only way that I can present this topic and my purpose is my life after Islam. How can you look at something, my life after Islam, when you don't know the before? How can you look at the effect if you don't know the cause? You have to look at both to understand what happened. Understanding our role and our identity in this life. What is it? We're Muslims, or are we? This is my point. This aspect of my life after Islam is understanding who we are and what we are, what we're doing in this life. This family here, brothers and sisters, mothers, daughters, grandmothers, it doesn't matter. We all here are a family, one family. You look at it. Look at this family. Look at who you are, the role you play as the person, as exactly who you are in this family. What are you in this family? This is exactly who and where I developed myself coming to Islam. Who am I? My role in this life. My purpose and my role in understanding who I am in this life and where am I going to go afterward. Now take a step back. How can you understand the effect if you don't understand the cause? Understand where I come from and how I became Muslim. There is no how I became Muslim. The only how is Allah, Allah's will. Allah can take our hearts away just like that. I was part of this life. My life was this life. I had money, I had a job, I had everything. Everything that made me happy in this life. Happiness was hard to find, but when you had it, you were happy, of course. Who's not happy when they have $1 million in their pocket? Who's not happy when they have a nice income coming from a job? Who's not happy when their parents are pleased with them, even if they're doing wrong? Who's not happy when that happens? That's where I come from. Now, when I step into the boundaries of Islam, I'm not going to say how because this is not my purpose. My point is my life after Islam. Becoming Muslim. You realize and you know your identity and your purpose in this life. And even if someone else doesn't, especially your parents, if they don't agree with it, you will have enemies from your family, your immediate family, your parents, your brothers, your sisters. Again, this is our family. But imagine, just imagine, if your mother, you came home one day, and your mother found out that you were something like a different religion or something, and she doesn't love you the same as she did before. Your father looks at you with despise. You turned on us. Imagine walking home, coming home, and seeing this. My life after Islam. Islam, my life after Islam, no, it doesn't fit. Islam is life, not a part of life, or it's a way of life, no. Islam is life. Now what if you came home, or you woke up, for instance, and you believed in something else? You believed that Jesus was God, for instance. You believed that you want to be part of this life. You don't want to be Muslim anymore. What if this happened? Well, there was an ayah in the Quran that I want to read in English, but obviously my Arabic is not good at all. It's in Surah Duha. It's these 3 ayat, 6, 7, and 8. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Did he not find you an orphan and gave you refuge? And he found you unaware and he guided you. And he found you poor, and he gave you wealth. He gave us Islam. He put peace in each and one of our hearts. He put it in our hearts. And he can take it away. He can take it away just like that. How grateful are we that Allah put peace and a purpose and understanding in this heart. Not this organ, but the feeling behind the heart and understanding in this mind. In terms of our identity, and my identity after Islam, when you look at me, for instance, what do you see? What do you see? You see a white guy, don't you? With a golden beard, with a black kufi. You see an American. You see me. When I look at you, I might see an Arab, I might see a Pakistani, I might see a black, I might see whoever. But in Islam, remember this. In your heart does not see by colors. Islam does not see by colors. Brothers and sisters should not be black, white, yellow, silver, it doesn't matter. Brothers and sisters, remember this. When I go home and I see my sister, I don't see her as a black. I don't see her as an Arab. What do I see her as? As my sister, that's all. I don't see her as a white or an Irish. I don't see her as that. I see her as my sister, and I treat her as my sister. So my life after Islam completely changed my life. 180 degrees. 180. Being part of a society, being part of a... blocked away from everything. What is Allah? Allah is Muhammad. Muslims are worshipping Muhammad. This is what I thought. This is what I understood. In fact, I hated the Muslims. I hated the Arabs. I hated anybody that was Muslim. I hated them. They were my enemy. My enemy. And again, go back. Allah guides who He pleases. He guides who He pleases. I didn't work for this. Do I deserve this? Do you deserve it? Allah wants you to be Muslim because He chose you to be Muslim. And He can take you away whenever He wants to. He chose me to be Muslim. He chose me. I didn't say, Allah, ask me so I can be a Muslim. Make me a good Muslim. I didn't say this. I thought that I was God. Just like everybody else. They thought they were a piece of God. Now, for proof, I've never been introduced to Muslims, nor Islam, nor the Quran, nor anything. Not even nothing. I spent 10 years of my life in Catholic schools, understanding what they had told me. Not understanding, but accepting what they had told me. Now, how did it change my life? Becoming Muslim. I see the world at a different angle. I see people as people instead of like scattered moths just running after light trying to get killed. This is exactly how people are. And Allah says again in the Quran, He has given you truth. He has given you His words. He has given you all that you need. But what else did He say? You are too deaf, you're too dumb, and you're too blind to perceive. Please put peace in your heart. Are you blind? Are you dumb? Are you deaf? Do you understand your purpose in this life? Do you understand that you have no control over your heart? Allah can change it just like that? My life after Islam is nothing more than being a Muslim, being a servant to Allah. And that's what Islam means. That's what Muslim means. It's allowing me to do anything I want. Anything I want, I can do anything. Why? There is no question why. It's because Allah willed it to happen. And if He wills, He can turn me back just like that. And just like each and every one of us. But we take this thing called peace in our heart and Islam and Muslims for granted each and every single day of our lives. We take it for granted. We look in the mirror and we get all fancied up. We gotta go to school, we gotta go to work, we gotta do whatever we gotta do. Nice, everything. Or we might wake up extra early to go to a job interview, to go to school. But what about where are we? When we leave this masjid right now, we're gonna go somewhere, right? When we leave this masjid, we're gonna go somewhere. And a lot of us just might think about, might forget about everything that we talked about, or that you heard, or that you've understood today. You're just going to forget about it. You go on your life and just, okay, whatever. Again, I am nobody to give advice. I'm a baby. But my life as a Muslim, you should have some sort of reflection on it. Because I have a reflection of each and every one of you. I learn all the time. Come to